And He has a wonderful plan for your life. He wants you to experience a full and abundant life right here on this earth. And He wants you to go to heaven, to be with Him when you die in this flesh. But something happens to mess up God's plan. Because we know that not everyone on this earth is happy, and we also know that not everyone on this earth is going to heaven when they die. So what happens to mess up God's plan? That's something that's called sin. When we rebelled against God and chose to go our way rather than His way. When we broke His laws and did our own thing. That sin then became a barrier that separated us from a holy God. And in order for God to tear down that barrier and to allow us to be restored to a right relationship with Him, and in order to allow us to enter into His heaven, He said they can't fix this by themselves. I've got to do something. And so He gave His only begotten Son, Jesus, to step down from His throne in glory, to take on Himself the form of His own creation, a man, and walk among us as a man, to be tempted in all the ways that we are, to experience all the ups and the downs of life that we go through, so that He might qualify Himself as that perfect sacrifice. And then when He died on Calvary's cross, He substituted Himself for us. And now in order for us to experience that forgiveness of sin, so that the debt and the punishment for it is all taken away, and in order for us to be recreated into a new person, a spiritual one, that can look forward to fellowship with God right here on earth and ultimately a physical reunion with Him in heaven, all we have to do is reach out to Him in sincere repentance and faith. To acknowledge before God that we have sinned and broken His law, and declare that we are sorry, and ask Him to forgive us. And then make a faith commitment. Faith means we don't see all of it yet, but we believe we see enough. When I served as the interim pastor for the First Chinese Southern Baptist Church in San Diego, there was a marine biologist scientist who works on the research ship that goes all over the world, helping the Navy to be sure that they don't destroy marine life when they're doing their exercises. Very smart, intelligent man. He said, Pastor, he came to church periodically with his wife. He said, I would really like to believe there is a God, but my intelligence tells me that there is not. So what can I do? I said, well, Soren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher and theologian, called this the leap of faith. He said, go just as far as you can go with what you can see and with what you know. And then just a leap towards God and trust Him. And in that moment, when you put yourself at risk, God will reveal and deliver Himself. And so when we take that leap of faith, God saves the end. We become adopted as His children. So now it's time for that prayer. It's a lot shorter than the explanation. I'm going to lead this prayer in such a way that if you have never made that commitment of your life to believe in and follow after Jesus and you would like to, you can say that prayer along with me right now. It doesn't have to be out loud. God doesn't care what comes out of your mouth, just what comes out of your heart. So if you whisper that prayer along with me, think about it as you say it and really believe it. God will treat this as your own prayer. You can be born into His kingdom and begin your race or journey towards heaven. So let's bow our heads. Now, and I invite those of you who want to become a believer and follower of Savior. Dear God, I know that I have sinned. Jesus, I do love you. And I ask you to come into my life. And I promise that the best that I can, I will love you. And I will live for you for the rest of my life. Thank you for hearing my prayer, or forgiving my sins.